morning. Magandang umaga po. This is probably going to be one of the most important surveys I will ever conduct. And this has something to do with the quality of the so-called quarantine hotels in the Philippines. There are some people who are saying it's really bad. Some people are saying it's really good. Some people saying it's cheap. Some people saying it's expensive. It's so hard to get a survey or a review by these hotels because you don't know if they're being faked or what. Also, these reviews are really geared more towards like vacation hotels, not necessarily quarantine hotels. So this survey we're going to conduct is strictly for quarantine hotels. So if you stayed in a hotel and it's beautiful, it's nice because it's not a quarantine hotel, please do not respond to this survey. Now, if you were quarantined in the Philippines, whether it's Manila or Cebu, please give me your experience, positive or negative. I'll appreciate it because, in fairness sake, a lot of people tend to give comments on negative ones but not on the positive ones. So do let us know because this result is going to be shared with you once it is completed. And I would expect this to be completed in a week or two. Okay? So, stay with me. Let's get on with it. Before we proceed, what I'd like to do is to show you how to find the link. Because some people were asking me, "Sir, I cannot find the link. How do I get the link?" So let me show you a sample video here. This is on my desktop. And all you have to do is to scroll down below where you see more. Okay? And when you click on that, that is where you will see all this link. I think you will not definitely see this when you're watching on TV. No way. But you could look at it on a desktop, and I think you can also access it now on your cell phone or smartphone. But the key is scroll down below and look at this. Well, let me show less here. See more. That is where you see it. But if you're just looking at everything here, you're not going to find it. The next thing we're going to address is the follow-up comment by one of my viewers, one of my commenters. We'll take a look at it, but please stay with me because towards the end, I'm going to review with you how to respond to the survey so that we'll achieve an accurate result. In fairness to my viewers, especially those who are giving me comments, and by the way, I really appreciate you giving me this comment, he sent me a follow-up comment or email. It says, "Thank you, Grandpa, for featuring my comment email rant. I would like to remain anonymous, but give additional details as to all hotels were 3-star hotels. One located in North EDSA and others in the province. You definitely get what you pay for." Now, some of my commenters were really upset because this gentleman or lady did not post what hotel it is. So to them, and I can understand it too, well, what good is it? What good is it if we don't know that that is the hotel to avoid or that's the hotel to get? It's interesting, but it doesn't do any good for me. So I can understand that, but I can also understand him or her refraining from mentioning the hotel. So this is the reason why I'm doing this survey, so that your name is not going to be disclosed and yet the viewers will get the benefit of which hotels are good, which hotels to avoid because they're bad. Continuing on, location and price were main factors in choosing the quarantine hotel. After returning from vacation in New York, the travelers were not looking for luxury hotel to be super comfortable. Just plain comfortable would suffice for around 2,000 pesos a day. That's about $40 a day. Now, let me tell you something. I know Philippines is different from the U.S. In the U.S., I have stayed in a about $25 to $30 hotel when I was hunting. And it does not have all the amenities of a Marriott but it is clean, it's comfortable, everything is working fine. What do I need a beautiful hotel for? I just stay there for the night and then I go out in the field to hunt and then take a shower when I come back. And that should be the same. Regardless of the price, the basic amenities should be there. It is the government's obligation to do that. Just like they monitor restaurants. There is the Department of Health inspecting restaurants. Why not the hotels? So I disagree with some people saying, oh, gee, that's what you get for staying in a cheap hotel. Well, not everybody can afford to stay in an expensive hotel. So there should be basic needs that should be addressed. What was supposed to be a 3-day quarantine turned out to be a 6-day stay. Also, having a residence within walking distance to the hotel was thought to be an advantage to save on cost and also to cater to their special diet. The travelers eat little to no rice but are heavy vegetable eaters, with house salad being the only vegetable food option on the menu. More like side salad for 180 pesos. In the province, the quarantine hotel was also around 2,000 pesos, that's about $40 a day. Breakfast was plain rice and hard-boiled eggs, but the traveler was allowed to order, that's good, delivered food, Grab, Food Panda, etc., or family and friends. At least you're giving them options. But for you to stay in a hotel where the food is bad and they don't give you the option to go to Panda or whatnot, it's like being in prison. So again, you get what you pay for. As I hear in the 5-star luxury hotels, 5,000 pesos a day, that's $100 a day. You are allowed to leave your room because their quarantine area is limited to certain floors. Also, order outside food, although why orders outside food when food is included in the luxury package? And to add, you can order alcohol fully stocked in the room mini bar. First class. As compared to 3-star hotels, you cannot leave your room at all and do not trust you to drink responsibly. I look forward to the survey and hope the government would have clearer guidelines on what is allowed and not allowed, as each hotel are making their own rules. To make money, of course. As I mentioned before, the travelers are not looking to complain. They are just glad the quarantine period is over for them, happy to be back in the Philippines for Christmas and want to put a bad experience behind them, as they fully understand the procedure is red tape and there's nothing to be done except share the experience with others. It's not only for Christmas, even after Christmas, this is still an issue. I wish I was able to do this sooner, but it's an afterthought. And I said, I think I better do this because I'm getting a lot of complaints. Okay, now let's get on to the more important stuff, and that is the survey. These are some of the questions I'm going to go through with you. First of all, in general, let me provide you with a guideline. A score of 1 means bad, a score of 5 means excellent. So it's like 5-star, that's good, 1-star, very bad. Of course, average or expected is 3, and anything in between is 2 and 4. Okay, so this is, in general, what you're going to follow. So you put the hotel name. Please be specific. Don't just put Marriott. Maybe if the name of the hotel is Marriott Hotel, use that, because I'm going to use this as a way to compile all the survey results. The city where it is located, because it could be in Cebu, it could be in Manila. Now, allow sharing of rooms. 5 for yes, 3 for family members only, 1 for no. How much did you pay per night per room? Assign the following numeric values. 1, over 6,000 pesos. 2, 5,000 to 6,000 pesos. 3, 3,000 to 5,000 pesos, and so forth and so on. Room is clean with no visible roads or mice. Towels and bed sheets are clean and regularly replaced. So if they're more or less okay, maybe you can put 3, less than okay 2, better than okay 4, the best 5. Okay. Hotel facility, toilet, shower, sink, AC, TV, internet are in good repair. Now, of course, if there is no TV, You don't rate that. If there is no AC, air conditioner, you don't rate that. But at least you rate the toilet, shower, and sink. Hotel is quiet and no problems in having good night's sleep or rest, because some people said it's so noisy. So this is where you rate that. Food prices at the hotel are reasonable. Ordering food outside the hotel is allowed. Make 5 if it is allowed, 1 if it is not allowed. So you only have 2 choices in that case. Coffee or drinking water are regularly provided and replenished. They should at least provide water, drinking water. Are they provided and regularly replenished, or are you expected to buy them outside? Hotel staff are attentive. Hotel staff are attentive and polite. Now, let me talk to you about the next one. Strict enforcement of quarantine by hotel security staff. Personally, I don't like them to enforce that, because to me this quarantine is bull. Okay? But if they are considering it or labeling it as a quarantine hotel, it should be a quarantine hotel. Otherwise, guess what? They just want to collect money from us, right? So if they say they will quarantine you, there should be strict quarantine. So, 1, if people are allowed to mingle, this is especially true in those bigger hotels where they have an area for quarantine and area for non-quarantine travelers. Okay, the quarantine area has to be quarantined. So 5, if you are not allowed to mingle, which means it's good. You may not like it, but it's good. But 1 is not allowed to mingle. So you only have either a 5 or a 1 answer. Okay? What is your overall satisfaction with this quarantine hotel facility? Now, I'm asking you this, although I will compute all the scores and score it myself. Then let's compare it against your score. If you say everything is great and then overall satisfaction is negative, that is not consistent, right? So, at the end of my stay, COVID test result is 5 for negative, which is good, and 1 for positive. That's bad, because if you got tested. Now, I will not include this in the rating, of course, of the hotels, but it will just tell me just what percentage of the people quarantined actually tested positive. I have one viewer who commented and said that she tested positive. We'll find out. And then any further comment you want to add, maybe you said something up above that you want to elaborate, but please keep it very brief. Get to the point, period. Do not create a long story for me, because it will never get published. But if it is a brief one and a helpful one, it will get published. So, this is the survey. Then you submit. You see, there is no identification, no email address being asked for. So I'm hoping that many people are going to respond, because this seems to be a popular information everybody's looking for. Then once the survey is done, I'm going to summarize it and publish it so you can request for a copy. And I'll tell you one thing right now. This is not going to be my opinion. This is the general public's opinion. All I'm doing here is compiling it. I'm just compiling the information, summarizing it for you, and making it available to you. So I hope you will respond and participate in creating this survey. Thank you so much. Please do share this with other people, especially those who are already in the Philippines and may have already experienced. This is especially true. Those who have experienced. Now, some people may have experienced the same thing in the past. For example, in the past 12 months. And they're back in the US now. That will be very helpful. The experience you have will be very helpful. And I'll appreciate your participating and passing the information to others. Thank you so much for watching. Please click like. And I'll appreciate it if you subscribe to my channel, unless you have already done so. Make it a great day, and God bless.